Ladies and gentlemen, share this segment everywhere. Trump has immunity. He has presidential immunity for official acts as the commander-in-chief and president of the United States of America. Simply accusing him of crimes doesn't take away that the constitutional protections that he enjoys as president. Hit subscribe, share this everywhere. I'll have a live stream tonight to discuss this and a lot more at around 10:15, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Be here at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the live stream. The 2016 Bob McDonnell conviction reversal, when the Supreme Court overturned in a unanimous vote Bob McDonnell's, the Republican governor of Virginia's conviction, they did so because of a boundless definition of crimes. A boundless definition. A unanimous Supreme Court already ruled that you cannot simply accuse a politician or anyone under a boundless definition of criminal acts. If you accuse a president for committing a crime because of a speech, that is a boundless definition of a criminal act. It is not trying to eliminate a political opponent, which is what one of the appeals court judges asked Trump's attorneys. Well, is he immune from, is he allowed to just take out a political opponent? I mean, is there any lengths to which, is there any boundaries to curtail Trump? It's already, you don't have to be a legal scholar to understand this. Hit subscribe, share this everywhere. It's a political article. A unanimous Supreme Court has overturned the corruption convictions of former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, ruling that federal prosecutors relied on a boundless definition of the kinds of acts that could lead politicians to face criminal charges. The Supreme Court already ruled that you cannot, it is not constitutional to accuse Trump or Bob McDonnell or anyone of a boundless definition of criminal acts. Now, if Trump actually committed a crime, he would have been impeached, convicted, removed from office before any criminal act was leveled against him. And he would have been charged in D.C. 3-4 years ago. He would have been already charged in D.C. He would have already been convicted long before 2024 had he actually committed a crime. This is not rocket science. Now, the appeals court will probably rule against Trump. It'll go back to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court already ruled in favor of Trump by not even looking at the case. This is a 2016 Politico article. Hit subscribe to this channel. Share this everywhere. Read the article. It directly correlates to what Trump is facing now. You cannot accuse Trump, whether it's D.C. or now we're seeing the Fulton County probe completely unravel, or in New York. You can't accuse him in New York of felonies when the original statutes are misdemeanors. They elevated the statutes to felonies to make it a federal crime. But the FEC didn't find Trump. Everyone knows they are trying, through a boundless definition of crimes, through an endless attempt at trying to inundate him with continual criminal accusations. Everyone knows it's purely political. If there's a criminal act, you don't wait 3+ years to convict Trump. Number one, the Supreme Court's 2016 ruling on Bob McDonnell essentially, already ensures that Trump will have presidential immunity for a speech that he performed in 3 years ago. Okay? You're allowed to speak to constituents or to anyone as president. You are not liable for the criminal acts of people you've never met before. Same with Democrats. That entire summer, you had billions in property damage. Not one person in America's political arena has ever accused Democrats of fomenting or compelling people to commit criminal acts all throughout that summer. Now, I agree with why people peacefully demonstrated that summer, but how do you get billions of dollars linked directly to left-leaning demonstrations? Billions of dollars in property damage, lives lost, buildings set ablaze, and CNN journalists saying, fiery but mostly peaceful. Everyone knows that media and Democrats and the political establishment in this country looked the other way because it harmed Trump. In addition to the country, there was mayhem and chaos, and there were curfews in every major city of this country. But Kinzinger didn't shed a tear. I wonder why. Not even for when the Dobbs decision led to churches and places of worship, being vandalized and even worse. So the political mayhem and chaos is coming from the left of this country. Just go ahead and ask yourself what would happen. I'm not saying do it. Do not do this. But ask yourself what would happen if you, as a morally superior liberal Democrat, decided to wear a Make America Great Again hat in Santa Monica, California, or Manhattan, or Brooklyn, or Seattle, Washington, or Portland, Oregon. What if you, as a morally superior liberal Democrat, wore a Make America Great Again hat at a coffee shop in Seattle or Portland? How do you think maybe somebody might say something less than civil? Probably. Or worse. Maybe. So, what if you wear a Biden hat, whatever the slogan is, who remembers that, the most popular candidate of all time, in a conservative or red state? Nobody will care. Okay? The difference is that the mayhem and the chaos emanates from one political side. But that's another story. Primarily, of course, there's conservatives or mayhem and chaos to an extent from the right. But the entire media narrative always bolsters the Democratic Party. So unfortunately, you have demonstrators or activists or individuals who can get away with more from that political side. But Trump did not order the elimination of a political opponent. If he had, he would have already been convicted 3+ years ago. You'd have to be a complete imbecile not to understand this. And like I said, share this segment everywhere. It's a Politico article that already shows that Trump cannot be convicted, not only in D.C., but in every other venue, of a boundless definition of crimes. It's a Supreme Court ruling that overturned a corruption conviction, a state corruption conviction. Okay, a criminal conviction. And you can't, the criminal charges were overturned, just like I keep telling you, the 14th Amendment nonsense. Colorado will be forced by the Supreme Court to put Trump on the ballot. The presidential immunity nonsense, the Supreme Court already ruled with Bob McDonnell you can't use a boundless definition of criminal charges. You can't simply accuse Trump of a crime because he performed a speech in D.C. and then say it's just like if he ordered the elimination of a political opponent. I mean, my God, he wouldn't be protected then, would he? Well, then, why is he protected when we level absurd charges at him? Again, a boundless definition of criminal acts cannot lead politicians to face criminal charges. The Supreme Court unanimously ruled this. He is protected because of a speech that has never been directly linked to criminal acts. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Be here tonight for the live stream. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen.